great show that is started after a lapse of almost 2 years. There has been a lot of disruptions in the supply chains of the globe. Transportation freights have also made an opportunity to some, and some of them have lost also businesses. So the pandemic and the cost of operations and raw materials changes in all has affected a lot of businesses here and there. But overall, we have seen that this has been a boom for Indian exhibitors. We have seen more inquiries this year than even before, and it's been a full busy days. 2 days back we started, and we can see that this show is going to be great for most of the Indian operators here who are exhibiting here. We have more than 45 who are exhibitors. The local business, due to the energy cost going up in Europe, they are also looking at alternates to India. And with this anti-China movement coming in, we have other further scope to expand businesses with the Europeans here. And we see even a lot of American buyers who have come to this show, which usually is not to be that way. But this year we have seen them also trying to find out a better source for their products because of this cost going up, and also because of the China effect. So we are really happy to be back into business in Europe with the show, and we see great success coming to Orbit.
Here I would rather say people wanted more life. As I had given you a brief on my last assignment, that the Europeans, the basic requirement for the wheel end solutions is more than 1,000,000 kilometers. Orbit was the first company to manufacture bearings with 1,000,000 kilometer guarantee, and till date one of the prime manufacturers for these high quality precision bearings from India. Now gradually there's a transformation of technology where people are looking at low friction, low torque bearings as well as e-mobility. So Orbit has been very successfully giving solutions to a lot of European OEMs as far as low friction bearings are concerned. We have specialized testing facility where we could simulate those conditions to measure the friction, as well as we have been very successful with the e-mobility in Europe as well as in India. We are currently 2 Indian partners in India who had been successful with our bearings with e-axle, and the 2 largest manufacturers of axles in Europe are also successfully running their axles with Orbit bearings on the e-axles for the truck and trailers.
There has been Orbit has been consistently growing by more than 25% annually. We continued with our journey last year also. This year, with a lot of disruptions, we were worried that will we continue, but the first 2 quarters have been great for Orbit, and the business has not been affected at all. So with this increasing in requirements, we are adding further capacities for manufacturing taper roller bearings. At present we do 1 million bearings per month, and we are taking it up to 2 million bearings in the next 2-3 years, initially with 1.5 and then 2 million. We are also coming up with complete solutions where we give complete cast up and assembled products to our buyers, so they have to, as a complete solution, the warranties and everything is a lot easier for them to handle. So that has been the next technological upgradation, that Orbit is coming up with a solution provider to a lot of European and even to a lot of Indian domestic companies. So a lot of trucks now are with the completely assembled products being given by Orbit. So that's the next leap that we are taking. We look that this is the next way that Orbit will be able to give a better product with a complete assembled products to most of the vehicle manufacturers in India and also in Germany. So that's what we are looking at. We are adding capacity as and when required. So we are also further prepared for the third leap that we can take. So by 2030, we should be India's largest producers for this type of products with complete solutions that I intend. And that's where Orbit is taking our steps forward.
I would like to further add, like as Mr. Vinesh briefed out, like we are trying to give complete solutions. So we have just signed in a contract with one of the largest axle producers of Europe, where we would be supporting them with complete system, uh, cast manufactured in India, machine in-house at Orbit. We have a complete new setup where an automated machine is available for machining the castings. So we could actually make the bearings customized to the cast to give optimum life, and we have signed in contracts in Europe, and now we're looking forward to have some more customers in India for such solutions.
European customers usually want something better every time. They want Orbit to be doing some technological improvements, improving the life of bearings, and this we have been supporting them, especially when we give an assembled products. There is even a more better performance of the bearings. So that way we are doing some innovations also for making them more better and lighter. Friction improvements. There will be low torques. It will be there for their e-mobility. There is bearings that are being done. So all these processes, our R&D department is strongly going ahead with all these improvements. Even the smallest application that they believe wants an improvement, Orbit has a complete solution already, has the capability to give a solution to them. So that's how we are working with the European buyers here.
When we spoke last time, you also mentioned about the exports being close to 50% of your overall turnover.
Yeah.
Has the ambition been achieved, or
Yes,
you are surpassing that?
we are surpassing that figure to almost 60% exports. But the Indian market is also growing very well, and that's why we need to add capacity, and that's what we are doing.
Speaking in numbers, we have been growing averagely by 25%, and we've been growing more on exports to an extent of 32%. So gradually, export is taking away the share to 60% for what we ended up last year with 50%. So overall, it looks promising. The new anti-China movement has also led an advantage. India is always considered a partner country with Europe as well as US. So a lot of concentration from the European Union as well as the American markets would be looking forward for Indian markets in the coming years.